I'm from Indiana, but I'm a Red Sox fan.
And I'm from Minnesota, but I'm a Yankees fan.
And welcome to the rivalry out of state. I'm Drew Westland alongside with me, as always, Andrew Sinicariello, and opening day is right around the corner. It is here. Baseball is back. And after much awaiting, we are going to go through our season predictions. It's going to be 3 episodes where we're going to do our standings predictions for the American League, then the National League, and then we're going to have our yearly awards predictions and World Series in the last one. So it's going to be fun. Can't wait for another exciting year of baseball. Andrew, you ready to go?
Let's run it.
Let's run it, baby. So we're going to go through the American League, starting with our very own AL East.
What
And
a stacked division that
what
is.
a stacked division that is. For me, I have Toronto winning the division with 101 wins, Tampa Bay coming in second at 93 wins, Boston in third with 92 wins, your New York Yankees, Andrew, in fourth with 88 wins, and I have Baltimore coming in last, 67 wins. That's 95 losses. So for me, I like Tampa Bay in second here. I think they'll figure it out. Toronto is clearly one of the best teams in the American League. They're going to win over 100 games. And then Boston and New York, they're just going to find a way to slot in at 3-4, but still be competitive. I have them both making the wild card along with Tampa Bay.
Interesting. Little bit different from you. I got Tampa Bay winning the division with 100 wins exactly. And then second, I got the Blue Jays right behind them at 98. And then third, I got the Red Sox at 87. I'll get back to that. And then
Interesting.
fourth, I got the Yankees right below them at 86. And then the Orioles, they got 55 wins for me. They won
Yikes.
52 last year. I really don't see much improvement. But
Yikes.
here's the thing for me. The
It's
last few
7 losses, dog. It's a lot. The Orioles aren't that bad.
hey, they lost 110 last year.
Fair.
But anyways, so the last few years figured out that the Rays, they always just find a way to win the division. And I think that pattern keeps going, at least for one more year here. I think next year is when the Blue Jays will start running the division. But don't get me wrong, the Blue Jays are a dangerous, dangerous team. And they'll look like they deserve to be the first place team in the division. And then the Yankees, Red Sox, they're both going to have winning records, but
87 and 86. I feel like you're selling our teams a bit short, both of them.
I'm preparing myself for disappointment here
All right, but
so
leave my
that when
team
it
out of it.
happens,
Come on,
I'll
man.
accept it. But anyways, here's my reasoning. We didn't really make many improvements over the offseason, whereas Toronto did. Like I said, Tampa Bay, they don't need to. They just always figure it out. So that's why I
Yeah.
have us getting winning records, but not cracking 90. And then the Orioles, I really don't have to say much for that.
See, here's the thing. When you say we didn't get better, you mean you didn't get better.
You signed Trevor Story and
Hey, we got better. We got pitching depth. We got a motley crew there. We got some arms for the bullpen. It's not an exponential improvement like Toronto, but we got better. We are a better baseball team than we were last year, and I'll stick to that. Anyways, we're going to be moving right along to the AL Central, where I have the White Sox running away with the division with 96 wins. In second place, I have the Detroit Tigers sitting at 82 and 80. The Twins come in third at 81 and 81, dead 500. The Guardians coming in at fourth, 78 and 84. And the Kansas City Royals in fifth, dead last, 58 wins, 104 losses. It's very clear to me that the Chicago White Sox are the best team in this division, bar none. It's not even close. Now, 2, 3, and 4 is going to be a hodgepodge, a jumbled mess of who can win more games, who can beat each other up a little bit more. I still really can't tell who the better team is, Detroit and Minnesota, because Detroit made a bunch of moves and then Minnesota also made a bunch of moves. Both of those teams have bought a lot this offseason. They've kind of, matched each other pound for pound. And the Guardians, I'm actually a lot higher on the Guardians than a lot of people seem to be. I don't think they're that bad. I think their pitching staff is going to find a way to be really good, both the rotation and the bullpen. And I feel like that can carry them to some wins where the offense doesn't really, carry their team as much, because the Guardians offense is kind of terrible, but their pitching staff will win you some games. And then the Royals, I mean, yeah, they got Bobby Witt Jr., but they're not really, that much to get excited about. They're not really that good. So I don't see them doing that well. But that's what I got the Central as.
Yeah, pretty similar to you. First place, I got the White Sox at 93 wins. And then second place, I got the Twins at 88. I think they've improved quite a bit.
Really?
I'll get back to that. And third place, I got the Detroit Tigers. And funny enough, I also predicted 82 wins for the Tigers. And then fourth place, I got the Guardians at 73 wins. I'm not high on them like you are. And then last, the Royals, I have them at 54. The Orioles and Royals, yeah.
Jeez.
But anyways, back to the Twins. Like I said in previous videos, I really think that last year was a flop for them, and they're trying to do whatever they can to prove that's not. And I think they made the moves to do so. Getting guys like Carlos Correa, making the trade for Sonny Gray. And then also, I mean, yeah, that's my thoughts. And then the Tigers,
Wait
I
a
can see
minute.
them
They got a new
improving.
catcher. You omitted that part.
Yeah,
Wonder
he'll
where the
probably
Twins
be
got their new
back up.
catcher from. I wonder who it is. Who is it, Andrew?
I wonder.
Who's the new
Surely
catcher?
it's not Gary Sanchez.
Oh, I think it might be.
Is it? Yeah, it might be.
But
But
88
anyways,
wins? That's a
I,
lot, man.
hey, I think they're a pretty good team this year. I mean, I don't know if I have some biased sources near me. I mean, being a Vikings fan, a lot of those Vikings fans are also Twins fans. I can't deny that. I see stuff and I don't know. I think they're a much improved team and they're going to prove
Oh,
that
no
last
doubt.
year.
They're going to be a lot. Their record is going to be a lot better from last year, but I don't think it's going to be that much better. But
Okay, that's fair. But then Tigers, they also made some improvements. Really excited to see how Spencer Torkelson's going to be starting at first base this year.
oh, he's going to be exciting to watch.
Yeah, definitely helping improving an almost done rebuilding Tigers team. And the
Eh.
Guardians, as you said, all pitchers, no hitters. It's not going to win you games. We've seen the Mets struggle, even though they've had a great pitching core before. So I think it's going to be a similar story for the Guardians. And Kansas City. Congratulations. You guys have Witt on your opening day roster. Can't say much else about them.
Fair enough. On to the AL West. Let's go. So winning the AL West, this is actually going to be my hot take. I think the Seattle Mariners dethrone the Houston Astros and win 91 games en route to an AL West title. The Astros are a game behind them at 90 wins. The Los Angeles Angels come in third at 82 and 80. The Texas Rangers, they're in fourth, 71 wins, 91 losses. And the Oakland Athletics, the pitiful Oakland Athletics, are in last place, 65 wins and 97 losses. So I had Houston winning this division originally, but the more I thought about it, the more I liked what Seattle did. And the more, I think that Houston didn't really get that much better. You trade Verlander, you get him, but you lose a guy like Greinke. Their rotation isn't exactly the healthiest. And you lose a guy like Correa, that's a big hole to fill. And the Astros at shortstop, it's kind of like, I mean, they still got Bregman, they still have Brantley, they still have Altuve, they still have Gurriel. They're still going to be able to, put together some wins. They're going to be good. They're going to be good, but I like the moves that Seattle made, especially, getting Robbie Ray. I think that pitching rotation is going to, do pretty well there. The lineup is coming into form. They got a young outfield. I like the call up of Julio Rodriguez. If he can perform like he can, I think that's going to be really, really good for them. I think the Mariners bullpen is a lot better than people give them credit for. I think the Mariners need to give Paul Sewald the ball in the ninth inning exclusively and not go with a committee, but it helps that you have guys like Diego Castillo, who's closed games before, Ken Giles, who's closed games before, Drew Steckenrider, that's closed games before. So I think the Seattle team can really make some noise. The Angels, not fixed, but they're in the process of fixing what they've always been missing, and that's pitching and not leaving Ohtani and Trout and Rendon and Walsh and that lineup. Potentially, I think Joe Adele can break out in the outfield, leaving that lineup out to dry. Their pitching rotation got a lot better. I like Patrick Sandoval as a breakout candidate this year. They got Noah Syndergaard. They made some moves, and their bullpen, you add Ryan Tepera in the 8th, who's a good setup man, to Raisel Iglesias, who's an absolute shutdown closer in the 9th. I like this Los Angeles Angels team to improve. The Rangers, I don't buy it. I don't buy it at all. 2 guys and $500 million does not make you an improved team. It's going to be the Simeon and Seager show, and that's about it. And then Oakland, the fire sale is going to result in a lot of losses. Oh, well.
Yeah. Very, very similar ALS predictions to what I have. I actually have both the Astros and Mariners tying for first with 94 wins. I think by tiebreaker, the Astros will find a way to get it. That's just my prediction. But then I got the Angels at third with 81 wins, putting them at 500. And then I got the Rangers at fourth with 71 wins. So there's another same win-loss prediction.
Great minds think alike.
Yep. And then last place, shouldn't have to say much about the A's. I got them all the way down at 60 wins because they're definitely going to trade the few good players they have left.
Yeah, they are. They are so pitiful.
Yeah. The Mariners, I cannot wait to see how this team performs.
They're gonna be fun. They're gonna be very fun.
I can't wait to watch. Seeing Julio Rodriguez come up and then getting Robbie Ray, who was our reigning AL Cy Young winner. They'll already improve a much improving Mariners team. But then the Astros, I just feel like they're like the Rays. They just find a way to win it. And that's going to
find a way to get done.
Like, yes, they lost Carlos Correa. That hurts them a lot. But we didn't see a big regression from them when they lost George Springer a few years back. And he was a key part of their offense.
That is also true. It's going to be a very intense battle in the AL West. But to wrap up our American League predictions, we're going to do one more thing. Who will represent the American League in the World Series? Not who's going to win the World Series, but who's going to be the AL representative. Andrew, who you got?
I got the Toronto Blue Jays. So, like I said, I have them being the wild card team, but that's mostly just figuring out their team in April. But then they're just going to go off and they're going to storm their way through the MLB all the way through October. And they will be your American League team in the World Series.
Yeah, that's a good take. I mean, I like Toronto. They have all the right pieces. They've improved the pitching staff. Their lineup is absolutely one of the scariest in the American League, but they're not my pick to represent the AL in the World Series because they're not ready yet, in my opinion. They haven't quite earned their postseason stripes, in which the Chicago White Sox, they have, and I have the White Sox going to the Fall Classic. Yes, I understand they've been hit with the injury bug with Lance Lynn's torn meniscus and Garrett Crochet getting Tommy John. I'm going to be honest, I still really don't think it matters that much because they have just the right blend of offense, starting pitching, and bullpen, where if they can put it all together, yes, their starting rotation is still nasty even without Lynn, especially when Lance Lynn comes back, because you have Giolito, Dylan Cease, who's now an AL Cy Young candidate, and Michael Kopech, who's bound for a breakout. He's going to be an absolute star. And on the back end, if you can keep the ship afloat with Dallas Keuchel and Vince Velasquez, I think you're going to be fine. Yes, the White Sox traded away Craig Kimbrell. Yes, Garrett Crochet is getting Tommy John. But you still got Hendricks, Graveman, Bummer. You still have a bunch of guys that can shut down games for you. And the White Sox offense, they're going to be ready to explode. You have the Blue Jays in the World Series for the AL. I have the White Sox. So that will about do it. We've given our standings predictions for the American League for this 2022 season. We're going to have the National League coming up, and then we're going to do our awards. So stay tuned for that. And until next time, we out.